Off to Scotland to celebrate Gordon's 90th birthday. Gwendolyn's out and about again. We're going to celebrate Gordon's 90th birthday.
Oh, God.
And Gordon is Mandy's dad. And there we have the other two passengers, Luna and Tilly. And of course there's me. And don't forget my normal travelling companion, Monty. And with Mandy at the wheel, she seems to be in a bit of a hurry. But this is going to be a fairly long leg. Around about 5 hours plus the stops. Up the busy M6. Just passing the exit for Gretna. Gretna Green. And welcome to Scotland. We're there. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
A wee drum. A wee drum.
A wee drum.
Our first stop is to see the Kelpies, two horse-head sculptures created by Andy Scott and standing 30 metres, 100 feet high. Unfortunately, it was pouring with rain, so we just had to look at them through the windscreen. According to legend, Kelpies symbolise the repercussions of temptation. Those who are attracted to the creatures pay for its temptation with their lives. It is a reminder to stay on track without veering off into the unknown. For women and children, Kelpies represented the need for good behaviour and the importance of following norms. Next to the Falkirk Wheel, not only is it still raining, but the wheel isn't operating either. Oh, there's not very much video of this one. But the wheel raises boats by 24 metres, that's 79 feet. And it's the only rotating boat lift of its kind in the world, and one of two working boat lifts in the United Kingdom, the other being the Anderton boat lift in Cheshire. To end our first day, we're staying at a campsite called Carr's Hill, which is very, very pleasant indeed. And over there is where we're set up. I'll show you that in a minute. But in the meantime, let's swing around a little bit more. And we have a WC there, a toilet pan there, another one there, flanking the entrance to the ablution block. And there we are, set up here at £20 a night, including electricity plugged in there. It's extremely good. I've got the awning out on the side of Gwendolyn, and underneath the awning is Mandy's tent, and that's where she's going to be sleeping tonight. And now you can watch her putting it up. Start.
Ready?
Yep.
It's my adventure tent, the Euro Hike Time R2. Only for the intrepid.
Gordon and I are sleeping in Gwendolyn on proper beds. It took her just over 9 minutes, which is not bad considering she hadn't done it for a while. Day 2, Culloden Battlefield. They actually went round the battlefield yesterday with Gordon on my mobility scooter Muriel, but today they've gone round the visitor centre and I'm just on my way to go and pick them up. They've finished their little tour. Well, here they come. Let's see what they got up to inside.
In your house. Yeah. There's the board switch.
Right, Dad. Look vicious. You've got to wear the hat. You've got to wear the hat. The hat's coming. That's it. Fantastic. Right. Right, don't smile. You look fierce. You're looking fierce. That's it. Fantastic.
Gordon's very interested in the Battle of Culloden, because his mother was a Simpson and they're very closely associated with the Frasers, and this is what they got up to yesterday.
Particular burial mound here houses the McGilvrays, McLeans and McLachlans, the Atholl Highlanders. And you can tell, if you look, you can just see along that way that there are mounds, and all the bodies must have been buried in one pile, depending on which clan they belong to. And the next one along, the next mound along, there's Dad, at the grave marker for Clan Stewart of Appin.
Yeah.
So the Stewart clan must have been massive then.
Yeah.
And we've got another one here, look. And there we've got Clan Cameron. And they'll be in that mound there. All of them.
Cameron.
This one is mixed clans. So you can only assume that the bodies couldn't really be identified in any way. Shame. This is the Clan Fraser stone, which shows where all of the Fraser clan were buried. In actual fact, the Fraser clan and the Simpsons were one, really. I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit. There we are. I think the ground's been worn out.
But now it's time to move on all the way across the country to the west coast and a beautiful beach.
This is Little Loch Broom, and that big lump of land there, the other side of the water, is a peninsula, and the other side of it is Ullapool. And that's where big Loch Broom goes into. I'm trying to get a pic of the scenery if I can from the back of the van, and it's difficult because we are bumping about a little bit. Whoops. But look, volcano. It's all volcanic around here. The mountains are spectacular, absolutely spectacular. Let's try and get another view through there. I think that's Ullapool across the water there, I think. Not sure. And hello Tilly and Luna. Well, Luna anyway, Tilly's gone to sleep. And there we are. In the distance there is Grinard Bay, and it's a big sweeping bay with an island in the middle. The views are fantastic. What do you think of it so far, Dad?
Hey?
What do you think of it so far?
Lovely, absolutely beautiful.
Good.
Really is.
Michael's driving this time.
Oh,
He's not doing too badly.
yeah.
I think I'll give him 5. I'll give him 5 for his efforts. It's quite a steep one, this one, isn't it?
Who used to say that? Somebody on the telly.
I'm Marlene from Birmingham, and I'll give you 5.
Probably won't.
So we stopped here for a few last bits of provisions before we head off up that road over there. There's a turning, and there's on the Google Maps back that way. We're now camped at a place with a very peculiar name, which I'll get Mandy to say for you.
Melon Udriggle.
Say it again.
Melon Udriggle.
Oh, that's funny. This is where we are, and this is our view from the back of the van. Look at that. There are quite a few other people here, but we've got a lovely spot. On the other side of the van, Gwendolyn, awnings out, chairs are out, dogs are out, Mandy's out, and no whiskey yet.
I'm waiting for the keys to get.
Days 4 and 5 were spent at Loch Arkaig, which is a quiet, peaceful loch about 10 miles as the crow flies north of Fort William, about 12 miles long, 300 feet deep at its deepest point, and it stands at 140 feet above sea level. And it's rumoured that in 1746 some Jacobite funds were buried in the area. To get to the place where we are hoping to camp, we pass heavily moss-covered dry stone walls, beautiful waterfalls, and I'm going to get this wrong, but they're called Eschaiag, and they pour into the Witch's Pool. Then 7.5 miles along this narrow road, we come to the place we hope to camp, and it's empty. We got a great pitch. There's Gwendolyn and Mandy's tent, and there's the loch. If we can ignore the wind sound, the waves lapping on the shore sound beautiful. And this is where we're going to stay for 2 nights. Peace. A whole day of peace tomorrow. Right, our first night at Loch Arkaig. What are we having for dinner, Mandy?
It's a Punjabi chicken and tomato curry.
That's in there, is it?
No, that's for the rice.
Oh.
This is for the base. Look,
Right.
see all the spices in there, look.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yep. And there's the chicken ready to go in. Made a nice noise.
There we are. Turn the heat down a little bit.
And that's the main sauce, I think. Is that the main sauce, Mandy?
That's the main one.
Right.
It's one of these, look. It's one of these kits.
Oh.
And they're really good.
Right.
Great when you're camping. You get the proper spices in there, see?
And there we have it, the finished product. You enjoying that, Gordon?
Yeah,
Tasty.
lovely.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. That evening we enjoyed the pleasant sunset, but no northern lights, unfortunately. Well, a bit of a change from yesterday. Beautiful sunshine. Mind you, there's a bit of a breeze as well. But that's not going to stop Mandy from cooking outside. So she gets a little fire pit out, gets it all put together, set the tripod up, and we're ready to go.
What have we got here? Oh my days. Somebody's been collecting wood for the fire. That'll do nicely, thank you.
Because it needs cutting up. And I'm just doing it for show. Mandy actually cut most of it. I just carried it closer to the fire, which is actually burning quite well now. I don't like the look of that. We had to use the chairs as a windshield. The wind was getting up. I Mandy's cooking a whole chicken in the Dutch oven, and she stuffed lemon and garlic under the skin, and a few garlics inside as well. And there's a drop of water in the bottom of the pot, and I can tell you the result was delicious. Alright, get that back over the fire. Put the baked potatoes over the top of that, and then wait for a delicious meal. Meanwhile, I've observed with a gin and tonic. We enjoyed the meal al fresco while Gordon related some of his military day memories.
Sandwich. And the bloke, one of the poor blokes, dropped his rifle That is a grand. You can't drop your rifle.
Oh, no,
No.
I agree with that.
And he absolutely left the floor by a bit 3 foot. I think he did. And he said, fall out 2 men, march him to the guard room. And that's what he did. RSM Davis.
That's why
I'll
you wouldn't have
never
done
forget
me.
him.
I'd have loved all the outdoor stuff, but
The discipline.
I couldn't have.
But there again, you see, if you don't have discipline in an army, you really get nowhere.
Well, we've been really lucky. I know it's overcast, but when you look at the water, it's a lot more calm. We have got some heavy clouds up there, but I'm pretty sure they're going to leave us alone. And there's Dad with Tilly and Luna. And incidentally, no, we're not making him sleep in the tent. I'm in the tent. Dad's in the camper van with Michael. And there we are, look.
You know what I seen this morning?
What did you see?
A black butterfly.
Good God.
Black butterfly. Round the bush here.
Struth. It's nice, isn't it, Dad?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, lovely.
And that's the view that he's got, look. Fabulous. It's precious, this is. Really precious.
Day 6, heading south to Glen Etive and via Glen Coe.
It's Sunday morning and we're just about to leave. We've done all the last checks and everything. Tent's down. That's where it was. And it was a rainy night last night. And not a drop of water came in the tent, which I'm pleased to say. Now we've got lovely blue skies. That cloud formation on the mountain opposite is beautiful. And the Loch Arkaig, like a mill pond. It's a shame that we've got to leave, really, but I feel like this every time it's time to go. But never mind, on to somewhere else. And for now, till next time, Loch Arkaig, thank you. It's been wonderful to stay here. See you again soon. And off we go.
What you call a Scottish motorway. Engine's cold. The engine's cold. She had a bit of a struggle getting up there. It's a fun road, isn't it? Can you hear me, Mandy?
Yeah.
One interesting thing, when we were coming here, I just put in Loch Arkaig, and it was actually at the spot where we stopped.
All right.
It's about halfway along the loch. We stopped at the Commando Memorial on the way. It's here because during World War II, this is where they did a lot of their training.
I don't think we'll be able to see Ben Nevis today, not the top of it anyway. Here we are at the top of the memorial. Quick pan around. Coaches are starting to arrive, so I'm going to make a swift exit in a minute. The memorial. And Dad's cross at the bottom with the poppy on. We've stopped at Glen Nevis Camping and Caravan Park to empty the loo and take on fresh water, empty the grey waste, get rid of the rubbish and so on. There we go. Nice and easy on the little trolley.
Okay. It's somewhere over there, it must be. Yeah.
See you later.
On the way to Glen Etive, we called it at the Glen Coe Visitor Centre, just up here. Right, now, the motorhome car park is in there, Mandy, but I can drop you off nearer the centre if you like.
Well, I want to see how Dad feels about going in first now.
Well, Gordon did feel up to it, and they went in and had a look around the replica of the building where the Campbells massacred the MacDonalds. Nice people. Then on through Glen Coe towards Glen Etive. And here we are in the Glen, looking for somewhere to stop for tonight. As a matter of interest, some of the scenes from Skyfall, the James Bond film, were filmed in this Glen. And we have found, I think, a beautiful spot to pitch for the night. Right there. And there's the top of Gwendolyn, tucked into that little cove. And behind me is the river. It's Sunday the 9th of July and we're having a typical Sunday lunch. Is it roast beef and Yorkshire pudding?
No.
Is it caviar followed by Chateaubriand?
No.
What is it then? I'll tell you what it is. It's our favourite. Sausage, mash and onion gravy mixed with a load of vegetables. Ain't it?
Oh.
Day 7 continues south to our final stopover at Penrith. We slept well, had a good breakfast, and now we're on the way again. With a comfort and shopping stop at the Green Welly shop. And you can get almost anything here, including my favourite whisky that Mandy bought me, a bottle of Chebec. On past Tarbert at Loch Lomond. Pretty lake it is. Past Glasgow Airport. And turning to Paisley, through the roadworks in Glasgow, and then on to Cairn Lodge, where we had fish and chips in the van. And so for our final stopover point, Tolbar Paddock Motorhome's stopover near Penrith, just off junction 41. A really good stopover place. That's where we're setting up, sheltered from the rain, or at least the worst of it, and ready for our last night on this trip. Day 8, the final day, back by the Kirkstone Pass. Well, first we go through Pooley Bridge, which is a little village at the north end of Ullswater, and then we follow the west bank of Ullswater down to Patterdale, and then up the Kirkstone Pass.
Had a few meals in that place there.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's good.
We had lunch in that pub.
Yeah, I know. And this is the bridge. Oh, they've redone it. Wow. Pooley Bridge is the village at the northern end of the lake, and Glenridding is the village at the southern end of the lake. And Ullswater is the second largest lake in the Lake District, both by volume and area, after Windermere. It's about 7 miles long, 3/4 of a mile wide, and has a maximum depth of 207 feet. And the water that flows through the lake ends up in the Solway Firth. The lake was formed after the last ice age, when it was filled up with water after the ice melted. It's also the place that inspired the poet Wordsworth to write his poem Daffodils, or I Wander Lonely as a Cloud. And I think he must have been there on a very rare day, because he wrote I wander lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills. Well, I've never seen a lonely cloud in the Lake District. It's usually covered in this stuff. But now we're really climbing the Kirkstone Pass, which gets to an altitude of 1,490 feet above sea level. That's 454 metres. And in places the road gets to a gradient of 1 in 4, or 25%, which is pretty steep. And Gwendolyn managed it, but because it was very damp at the top, I did feel the wheels start to just begin to spin a little bit, but eased off the accelerator, and she kept on going all the way to the top. And at the summit there's a pub, or an inn, the Kirkstone Inn, and it's the third highest pub in England. And on the Patterdale side of it, in other words on the northern side of it, there is a stone, and that's what gives the name to the pass, because when the shadow is cast by the stone it looks a little bit like the spire of a church. Hence Kirk being Norse for church and stone being stone is the Kirkstone Pass. And it's often the case, if you want to admire the views, don't be the driver. Make sure you sit in the passenger seat. Although having said that, we'll soon be in the clouds and even the passengers won't be able to see.
This is the view out of the back window down the Kirkstone Pass. It's a bit wobbly because I'm sitting in the back. Luna's cosy. Tilly's cosy, she's round the corner. And I think poor old Monty's fallen asleep on the back of the seat. There we are, Lake District. Typical Lake District weather. Overcast, cloudy, and a drop of rain or two. But nevertheless, that gives you the waterfalls. I just missed that one. See if I can find another one.
Well, that's it. We're nearly at the top, and no more views for anybody until we drop down the other side. Beautiful view, isn't it?
It is lovely.
Well, that's about it. From here it's just downhill through Kendal onto the M6 and back to the West Midlands where Gordon lives. We hope you enjoyed it, Gordon, and a happy 90th birthday. Cheers.
Happy birthday, Dad!
And Luna took a shine to him too.